deals that we're doing, and I'm really happy about this. I'm thrilled. Every single day now, if you spend less than $75, you will spend no more than $6 bills to get all your orders shipped to you. If you spend over $75, everything flips to free shipping, and then it resets itself at midnight to the next day. That is seismic, as you like to say. We have crossed the Rubicon is one of his other favorite sayings when it comes to shipping.
No going back.
No going back on this. I love that. Isn't that fun? Isn't that exciting? So the thing is, get a whole bunch of coins today because you save a ton of money in shipping.
Okay, now this is a slightly different set. Okay. That coin is the official coin, but it's 5 pounds and it's done in what's called a copper nickel. Okay, it's what's called a clad coin, so it's copper and manganese and brass, and it's all, you know, just like US coinage now. These are different. These are the Royal Mint coins in what are called the Britannia, and these are solid silver.
Ooh, wow.
Okay, so you have 3 ounces of pure silver in this. So we have 3 coins in this Monarch collection that you have right here. And the reason we have these is what Queen Elizabeth passed in 2022. So we assumed that the 2022 Britannia would be the final Britannia, that was ever made. And so, and we said it as such, that it was the final one. Well, what happened is there was no King Charles ready to go for 2023. And the reason was he refused to do his portrait while his mother was still alive. Aww, okay, so lovely. He waited. So there was this gap, and they were out of Britannias, so they had a very small, very small production of 2023 Queen Elizabeths, even though she'd already passed and technically wasn't supposed to be on the coin, but they started making these in 2022 for about 13 or 14 days just before she died.
No kidding.
Yes, so they had already made those, so they were trying, do we melt it?
But Charles had made it clear he was not going to.
100%.
So they knew it, okay.
So they were saying, should we melt them? Should we release them? They decided to release them. So there's a very small mintage of the 2023, so that's why we put both of those in. And then finally we have the brand new Charles coin as well. Now the real cool thing about this is look at this packaging that we've done. I just want you to hold that.
Ooh.
Isn't that nice?
That is so
that's like a high-end jewelry box. It has what we call the puff top.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't that absolutely stunning?
Ooh, that's beautiful, Mike. That turned out great.
Yeah, didn't that turn out nice?
Yeah, I think it's excellent. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I want to see the, oh, is that the backside over here?
That's the backside, yeah. Well, that's the Britannia. That's the official silver coin is what that is the Britannia, which they've made since 1987. They've made the Britannia. One of the cool things is if you look at this, and the back is the same on all these. And I want to kind of, if you can get in there, right there, there's a little tiny, there's just a little tiny thing right there. And you've noticed right there, if I turn it this way, it's a trident. If I turn it this way, it's a lock.
How cool is that?
It's an anti-counterfeiting technique. They use what's called lenticular minting, so that it's literally minted at different angles, so it looks at different things as you look from side to side. Isn't that cool? That's the official 1 pure ounce of silver. So you get 3 ounces of silver. You get the custom box, of course, sold out limited edition, sold out limited edition, and then the King Charles is just starting. Of course, it is immensely popular around the world.
Let me ask you, how do regular Joe Schmoes like me, how do we even get our hands on this? Because again, thanks to you, we get this kind of thing.
Well, it's harder than you think, because these are made in England. They're made at the Royal Mint.
So where do you even begin then?
Well, you know, you can search around on the intranets if you like.
Yes. You know, on the Google.
Good luck with that. I mean, you know, if you ever you know, bought stuff out there on the internet, understand it's the Wild West out there for coins. You might get your coins, you might not get your coins. I don't know. You might be shit. You have no idea what it is. The thing is right here. You know exactly what you're going to get. See those cool swirly lines around Queen Elizabeth? That's also anti-counterfeiting technology.
That's so interesting.
Because they're worried about counterfeits, particularly with these coins as you change monarchs with this. Isn't that spectacular? Look at that. And so there's Queen Elizabeth. 2-pound coins is the face value on these that you're going to have. Each one is solid silver, so you get 3 ounces of pure silver that's within this. So that's 1/4 of a troy pound that you're going to have with this. So these are absolutely positively stunning in terms of the packaging. Each one comes in its own individual airtight holder.
Well, and I'd love you to explain why it's so important to get very last and first.
Well, everybody collects the bookends. I mean, you know, if
well,
you're...
a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, so you collect the first and last of any coin, what we call the bookends of a coin. So if you're collecting the Lincoln cents, you want the 1909, the very first one. And then you're going to want 1959, which is the last of the wheat pennies. And then, you know, then you want the memorial pennies. And then you want that up to 2009. So, I mean, you know, you want those coins for sure. And, you know, you try to fill in the middle. Well, for Britannias, they've only ever been made with the Queen Elizabeth because they didn't start them until 1987. And, of course, she's been around for 70 years, so she 100% got that, was with that. So for the very first time in my lifetime, they have changed the region. And it's not just the Royal Mint, it's all the Commonwealth and everything else as well.
True. Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, as you see, we have the Fiji fractionals coming up that you're going to have with that. That, of course, is going to have Queen Elizabeth on it because those were made then. And so the next batch is going to have King Charles on them. And so it's truly, truly, truly amazing what we've done now that we have the official King Charles portrait. Everything is going to come with King Charles. So that changes the game right there. So he's going to be on all that coinage going forward.
Right.
Until, of course, it's William. You know? So, you know, and that's the way it goes.
Right.
So, like I said, so for the first time in our lifetime, we've changed from the Queen to the King. And if you also notice, when you change, okay, look at both coins at the same time. They face different ways every time they change.
Oh, wait, here, guys, so you're saying, look at the last one of Queen Elizabeth and then the first of Charles.
Queen Elizabeth's looking this way, and then King Charles is looking this way. When William goes on, he'll look that way.
Where Elizabeth used to.
Where Elizabeth, because they alternate between the way the effigy, and their portrait is called the effigy.
Oh, got it.
So when the effigy, so when the monarch changes, the direction of the effigy. That's right. All these, I mean, you know, and of course, you know, all the multitudinous regulations of the regency, you know, and the monarchy is just, you know, it's arcane to the smallest detail. This was probably written in, you know, 1643, you know, you gotta look the other way or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
Well, and again, so if I were trying to find these, especially trying to find all three, again, it's kind of arduous for us to be able to do it.
Well, because these are sold out, long sold out, and bringing big premiums to the marketplace in 2022s, which everybody thought was the last coin. And then, of course, these are sold out and bringing even larger premiums.
This was a super surprise?
Super surprise. We had no idea.
Okay.
Because when she passed, they had, the Britannias, the Royal Mint makes the 2023s in 2022. They start selling 2023s at the end of 2022. Okay. Okay.
Unlike us, isn't that interesting?
Unlike us, yeah. We don't release till the very first of the year. That's by law, by the act of Congress. Right. Well, this right here, they had already started making hers when she had passed. And they had to decide whether they're going to melt it or release it. They decided to release a few because they didn't have Charles's effigy yet. And they didn't want to be out of Britannia's.
Right, right. Isn't that fascinating? So again, all three you get in the collection. Plus, I love the box. The box is absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
$174.95. Again, FlexPay makes it easy on the budget. If you're collecting this is your resource to find these unique coins. By the way, okay, I've got this question I want to ask you, Mike. What do you think right now is the most unique coin, most expensive, rarest, whatever that you're showing on hsn.com right now?
Oh, I don't have any idea because it changes. We have 1,000 things on there that changes every day.
What do you think's one of the really cool collectibles then? Just
I think I would go with the 1986 Mint State 70 Silver Eagle. Well, we still have about a dozen and a half. I think it's $999.
That's the original one?
Yeah, the very first Silver Eagle in Mint State 70.
In 70?
In Mint State 70, yeah. I think we have that on there. We have maybe one or two dozen. That's final quantities on those.
Okay, repeat it once again.
1986 Silver Eagle Mint State 70.
That's great. And that was the first of the Silver Eagles, which is huge. Again, we've talked about the first and the last and the goodies in between. Get that first while we still have it available. That's kind of fun to get that back in there. Now, this is so interesting. When was Sacagawea